speaking of Defenders.
Oh, there's not a lot to talk about with Punisher because they're trying to keep that under wraps. I think it more has to do with the fact that they are trying to focus their marketing on Defenders right now because that releases on August 18th, which is on a Friday. So
A couple weeks from now.
For a couple weeks, probably what, 2 weeks? It's the what's the third?
Yeah.
Third today. So you've got literally 15 days. So just a day over 2 weeks until this drops.
But there's a lot to talk about the Defenders.
So there's a bunch of cool information with Defenders. The one thing I'm a little saddened about is that unlike the traditional 13 episodes,
it's gonna be 8 episodes, right?
8 episodes. They're treating it more like a mini series. They basically all but confirmed within episode 1 they're already getting together. They're basically together.
I heard the first episode is gonna be Luke Cage and Iron Fist that's gonna meet first.
Dude, yeah.
You got the indestructible man with the guy who can basically destroy anything indestructible with his fist. So
he took down the helicarrier with his fist.
So,
in the comics, at least.
In the comics, right?
In the comics.
So, a bunch of cool info to drop about that. We find out there's a few things that are mild spoilers for a couple of the different shows. So, honestly, though, they're in the trailers. So, if you've seen the trailers, either the first trailer or the second trailer, then you've seen what we're about to talk about. So, it's not really that much of a spoiler. But at the end of Daredevil season 2, Elektra was killed and her body was basically entombed and taken by the Hand, and we see which is the evil organization that's kind of been present throughout all the shows. They kind of took a back seat in Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, but they really made a presence on, rightfully so. You had Purple Man be the main villain of Jessica Jones, and then you had Cottonmouth with Luke Cage. And rightfully so. You should have characters like that with their respective shows. But the Hand has been building up to this point.
The overarching,
And so we have a new character in town, played by the one and only Sigourney Weaver.
Ripley!
So you have Ripley, who, but what's really cool about Ripley, which something that Ian here actually found out for us, is that she had an interview, I believe it was at Comic-Con this year, and she said that her character, which they've gone by the name of Alexandra, is that, which I don't believe for a second that's her name. I feel like she's hidden. They're going to pull a Mandarin, and she's going to be a character that we know. Because I just feel like you don't get Sigourney Weaver to play.
Didn't she say that her character is very old?
People were going around saying that she was going to be Mephisto. She was going to be a manifestation of Mephisto. And I'm like, I was like, please. I was like, I like that for a little bit, but I'm like, I'd rather see Mephisto in a full-on Doctor Strange film, where Mephisto belongs. But anyways, she kind of totes the line because we see that she sees herself more as the true hero of New York, and that she's going to be the one
instead of the
Defenders, and the Defenders are saving.
Well, Defenders, not
vigilantes.
And that they're basically, they are the street level heroes of the Marvel universe, and so. But what cool thing is that Jeff Loeb, who's kind of in charge of all the Marvel shows, whether it's ABC or Netflix, he's basically said that nobody in the team up really wants to team up. Iron Fist, Danny Rand, he's the only one that's actually really that interested in terms of because he's that more of the optimist. He's the one that he had his beliefs shaken up at the end of Iron Fist season 1, but that. He's kind of the more, Daredevil, of course, he does not like to work with anybody.
Oh, he's like Batman.
And then Luke Cage, he's a loner. And then, of course, Jessica Jones, she's a
drinking whiskey from the bottle.
Private detective doing her own thing. So these characters are all broken. They've all dealt with hardships.
Especially Daredevil.
And so none of it, all of them, no, not all of it, just, look, okay, so just mild spoilers for all the different characters. Daredevil has lost his sight, he's lost his father, he's lost his friendship with Foggy.
Yeah.
And now he's basically lost, several relationships. He had a rough relationship with Elektra that really didn't end well. That was kind of like a turbulent relationship. Then you had Claire, and that didn't, get to pan out because he wanted to protect her. And now Karen Page, he at the end of season 2, he reveals to Karen that he's Daredevil.
Yeah, that he's Daredevil.
And so he's had a rough go. Luke Cage lost his wife, and he lost his business, and they find out that Jessica Jones, the woman that he became with, she was the one that killed his wife while she was under mind control by Kilgrave, the Purple Man. And so she was, raped. They dealt with a lot of heavy issues. She was basically an alcoholic. She was, a victim of abuse, both physically, emotionally, and sexually.
Yeah.
And then of course Iron Fist, he lost his parents. He was raised in the mountains.
Yeah, in a monastery.
And then when he came back to the world, everyone treated him so, horribly.
Yeah.
So they've all come from different, backgrounds, and they've all come from rough bits. But what I'm really excited about is that we're bringing not just the Defenders together, but we're bringing the overall Hell's Kitchen universe. We're gonna have
bringing them all together. Yeah.
Karen Page. We're gonna have Foggy Nelson. We're gonna have Misty Knight.
Stick.
We're gonna have Stick. We're gonna have Elektra. We're gonna have
everybody's in this giant.
We're gonna
mixing
have
bowl.
Trish Walker from Jessica Jones. We're gonna have Colleen Wing, Danny Rand's girlfriend.
I can't wait. This is gonna.
And
be
then we're gonna,
fun.
of course, you can't have a Netflix show without Claire Temple.
Yeah.
And so Night Nurse, which there's that whole debate now because they had Doctor Strange and we had Rachel McAdams' character Christine Palmer, and they're like, well, she's also
a nurse,
night nurse, whatever, and they're like, people fanboys out there. But anyways, how do you guys feel like after the episode 2, or not episode 2, the trailer 2, for that dropped at Comic-Con? How are you guys feeling about the Defenders? Like, we're 2 weeks away.
It needs to get here. It needs to get here. Is how I'm feeling. Like, I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff to digest. Ian, what's like out of all the characters, which one are you the most excited to see? Like, who's your favorite character out of the Defenders?
Mine would be Luke Cage, but I'm specifically interested in Daredevil because he doesn't want to team up.
None of them do.
Well, that but he out of all of them, he's thinking about just hanging up the costume. Just quitting Daredevil.
And what about you?
I would have to say Daredevil too, just with all the baggage that he has, all the stuff he's been through. So
I'm really excited. A lot of people really crapped all over season 1 of Iron Fist. They were like, people were saying that it wasn't the same quality or the same level of kind of the sophistication of the, like, it didn't really push the boundaries at all, really, in terms of the Marvel shows, because Daredevil kind of had, it's a really big following, and Jessica Jones dealt with a lot of problems, and then Luke Cage kind of introducing diversity and going to Harlem.
But
I actually liked Iron Fist a good bit.
Marvel knows what they're doing, so if you don't like the first season, it's only for something better.
And so they did say that Iron Fist season 2, like, they already announced that they're gonna have that Daredevil season 3, I think, is underway in terms of production. Jessica Jones is in production right now, season 2, and Luke Cage is under. Actually, I think they said every single show right now. They're taking a break, I think they said, to promote Defenders, but literally every show right now is in some form of production. I think they said Iron Fist is in pre-production, but they're about to start filming. Like, we're gonna have all 4 Defender heroes simultaneously in production, and so that's so exciting to know that we're gonna have not just Defenders dropping here in 2 weeks, but then like Ian just said, we're gonna have Punisher drop in November. That's all for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching.
And be sure to like this video and subscribe.
And click the link in the description below to follow us on social media.
See you guys next time.